we're going to do something a bit different for this video, and I'm not going to be my happy, wacky self when I'm playing this video game. I'm going to be dead serious with this. I was extremely hyped for Arkham Knight, and for the most part, I'm not actually disappointed with it. For the most part. I think the story in it is one of the best we've ever had in any of the Batman games. I genuinely mean that. Exploring Batman's psyche is amazing. There's a fantastic final end scene where Batman and Scarecrow actually have like the head-to-head moment, and that is really well done. It's about half an hour long. I mean, I recorded the whole thing. It's really good. Like, genuinely trying to stave off like Batman's almost insanity, especially with all the other events that happen in the game. It's really good. I love it. At the same time, the Batmobile itself is a bit... there's a mysterious... well, I'll put that in quotation marks. Villain in the game who is a bit... I mean, it's kind of cool that he just... you know, he talks like a regular guy and stuff. But, I mean... I guessed who he was. And the whole point of the game is they're all like, oh, I bet you, who is this Arkham Knight who is almost as good as Batman, and who is, you know, dislikes Batman for some reason. And I was like, well, I think I know who it is, and spoiler alert, I was right. Not to say it was a bad way to go, but, you know, I guessed it. So it was probably not a great twist. If it was supposed to be a twist. If it was supposed to be a mystery, which it was, it's also kind of poor because I guessed it as well. That's not the point. The point is Red Hood Story Pack. Even while they were hawking all of their DLC and their season pass and tut and gubbins, I was trying to get hyped for this game. Even though the first thing we saw in the game, they were like, oh man, if you pre-order the game literally right now, now that this is the first time you've ever heard of it, you get to play as Harley Quinn. Which, you know, that's pretty cool. I've done the Harley Quinn story pack. It's okay. I don't really like playing as Harley Quinn, but I think her story pack kind of works in the sense that it's interesting to look at the part of the story it takes place in. And I'm not going to tell you what that is, because spoilers. And again, I'm not going to spoil Arkham Knight in this video, but through my talking and through exploring who the Red Hood is in the story pack, you may reach your own conclusions. So that is your warning for now, is that I'm not going to spoil it, but you probably will be able to work a lot of things out about the story and about Red Hood's identity through this game, through this gameplay video. Yeah. So, the Harley Quinn story pack is okay, but the season pass promises 6 months of constant content, including story-based stuff. And let me tell you, if all of the story-based DLC in the season pass is like the Red Hood story pack, it is not worth throwing down 32 quid. In fact, it's barely worth being called Story Pack, but we'll get onto that when we get in the game. I know it says 1%, that's because I had to restart in order to get right back to the beginning, so that I could show you the entirety of the Red Hood Story Pack, while trying to do like a serious commentary about what I think about the Story Pack and the game story itself and stuff. Again, no spoilers, but, you know, that also comes at the cost of me being distracted and ergo pretty shit at the game. You know, I'm pretty bad at Batman anyway, so that's not really the important bit. I don't play it because I'm good at it, I play it because I love it, and I genuinely do love it. It's one of my favourite game franchises from the last gen, ever. Well, from the last gen. Well, you're a swine, aren't you? Game told me to do something and then you just hit me. Anyway, that's not actually my problem with this. Just wait, just wait. So, immediately you may be thinking, what exactly is it we're doing? Well, we're trying to run Black Mask, the villain, as opposed to the, you know, just dude who lives on, I don't know, who lives in Birmingham or something. Birmingham was just the first place to get into my head. Out of Gotham. Not a bad idea, you know. I mean, you know, Red Hood's a vigilante. He's like Batman, but he kills. And giving him a purpose, almost, is not a bad idea at all. Plus, you may have noticed from his shooty bang bangs, he uses guns, which means he's able to kill people. Watch! I will try and demonstrate this, killing someone, as soon as it gives me the option to do so. And I didn't realise I was beating down that thug, so oopsie fucking dude. Fuck. Do you know what? Never mind. You've seen me kill before in this video already, because Red Hood's crazy like that. Got me looking crazy right now. There's an example. Just shot in the head. Whatever. Who cares? Not me. Let's KO him as well. God, we're just spamming the guns. Coward duty. I think this is a really interesting character to base story DLC off, because it's a minor dissonance from the, like, OG game, where there is no killing, violence is not the answer, we must rehabilitate these people who clearly cannot be rehabilitated. And I think playing as a character that just happily kills is interesting.
Where's Black Mask keeping the goods?
You want information? Read a newspaper.
Wrong answer.
Okay, stop. At the docks. He's keeping the guns at the docks.
Appreciate that.
Also, Troy Baker's voice is awesome, but, you know, whatever. With this DLC, I'd love to explore more about Red Hood. More about why he thinks that killing is a better idea. Because he's doing the right thing, surely, by stopping these supervillains, but some would argue that he's doing it in the wrong way. And that, I think, is a really interesting way to look at the game, and indeed the character. Because, I mean, that's not what Batman does.
Or is it too quiet?
Spoiler alert, he does not kill. So having someone who is basically like Batman but can kill, surely makes Batman... Well, that was a bit of a jump, but, you know, whatever. Surely makes Batman almost irrelevant. Why would Batman even bother to try if this guy can do exactly what Batman does more efficiently? Answer, because it's debatably less moral. But that's an interesting sort of idea, you know, it's an interesting way to take this game. Maybe having sort of Red Hood versus Batman, whose way is better? Rehabilitation or just straight up death? I think that's cool. As it stands, we have to take out a character that really no one cares about. I mean, Black Mask is nothing special in Batman lore. He's just kind of a douche who likes to play with guns. And as it happens, the game kind of does reflect that. It does kind of smell like, oh, we got stuck with the one that no one likes because all the main ones were taken up for the story. But, you know, whatever.
It's all personal.
Whoop, you're glitching a bit.
Very personal.
That might, yeah, whatever. So, it's not like there's not scope for intrigue with this story-based DLC, but Black Mask isn't in the main game at all. In fact, I don't even remember the events of this story-based DLC even being mentioned in the final game. I don't even know... Oops. Yep, got caught. Shit. Fair enough. Saw that one coming. Oh, nope, you dead. It's okay. Shh, 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 shh. There we go.
Good night, sleazeball.
Yep. I don't even think the events of this are even mentioned in the story. I think they're mentioned like once. I think offhandedly a character mentions, man, Black Mask was really run out of town at one point. Or something like that. As you'll see what happens at the end of this DLC. You'll learn why Black Mask isn't actually in the game. Wait, are there only 3 left? No, there's 5. Okay, fair enough. But, yeah, it's completely separate. It creates a weird dissonance from the story mode. Not because the gameplay is different, which, as I've said, I actually kind of approve of. I like the fact that the gameplay is different to the story mode. Well, minorly. It keeps what works and changes what doesn't. Well, not changes what doesn't, but adds new things. Because there isn't really much that doesn't work in the gameplay of any of the Arkham games, to be honest. Except maybe Origins, but Origins is the black sheep, and everyone thinks it's the black sheep, so I'm not saying anything mind-blowing there. Can I take out this one without his mate finding out? Apparently so. Ace of Spades. Let's take him out as well. Look at that. Ain't that
Called in
perfect?
sick.
Should have called it sick. Christ. I do like Red Hood as a character. I wish there were more about him. I wish we learnt more about him. I wish this story mode is more than just anything being fucking, you know, whatever. There's just nothing to this story DLC. Which is hugely disappointing, but who cares? Oh, that's me. Oh, that's a bit harsh, mate. I mean, come on, dude, seriously. One thing you will also notice as well is that we went from a combat section to a stealthing section with no real sort of midway, no transition between the scenes. We just found out where Black Mask was. Suddenly we're there. It's not really explained why we care, but you know, point is we're here. No, let's just kill him. There we go. Oh, he landed on the fire. That's a shame. Oh, okay, let's hear him.
I want a word with your boss, Black Mask. Where is he?
You ain't gonna kill me. You ain't gonna kill me.
Do I look like Batman to you? Rethink your answer before I fill you up with lead.
Downtown, his office. But you ain't gonna get him. He knows you're coming, freak.
Good.
See, just there, exactly like that. He compares himself to Batman in a way that works, and a way that is more intimidating to people. Why is this not more of a plot point? Why is this not more of a character development point? Answer, because it's stupid. I guess it's just not worth the time.
Man, thought you would have lost count by now.
Yeah, right there. We just went from one stage to another, or at least one section of the story to another. Which, you know, again, no transition. We don't learn anything about the character. We don't learn anything more about the world. You just go from one point to another to another. I was trying to take out the guy with the sparky stick. There's two of them now. Great. See, that's why I wanted him taken out. There's not really anything more outside of just shoot the gun at the people, and that's just sort of a one-hit kill, to be honest, but hey-ho. Oh, okay, well... yes, the core game is okay, but I wish this story DLC added more to it. And you may have noticed so far that really we've just gone combat, stealth, combat, which, again, just weird, disjointed. Look, it's not even like, it's just so unceremonious in that, oh, Black Mask just sort of appears, dodge the bullet and shoot him. Great. You can kill as many of these enemies as they want, they respawn. The point is, you gotta try and kill Black Mask. That's the entire point. You can waste time trying to kill the other guys as I did, because I thought it was, like, the point. But no, just mash on Black Mask until he dies. Every now and again, press the counter button. It's not a hugely difficult boss fight, he says as he just gets hit by a mook. But, yeah. It's something. And I mean, hey, it's an interesting setup for where they could also take this story-based DLC. I mean, I'm interested to see how he's relevant to the whole story at large, right? We'll get onto that. I may have played my hand a bit too early there. Yeah, you may notice there's really not a lot to this. I am just mashing square on Black Mask. There's no variation in his attack. He just points the gun at you, you press triangle to dodge the bullet, you can press R2 to fire your gun at him. After you've dodged, that does a bit of damage. Lather, rinse, repeat. You can shoot him without doing that if you're so inclined. But I'd really that's probably more just used on the mooks. I like the word mooks. There you go, look, I shot him. There, he just took a bunch of damage. I don't even feel like I've accomplished anything, and there's a reason for that. I haven't. There, see? That's basically the entirety of his boss fight mechanics. Good, good, and good. So, a pretty disappointing inclusion, to be honest. Why would you put Black Mask in the game? Especially when he's not in the story mode. Like, it just strikes me as, we need to think of someone who Red Hood can go up against. Well, Red Hood uses guns, and Black Mask uses guns, so why don't we just say that they're like mortal enemies or some shit? Okay, great. Why are they mortal enemies? Oh no, like, Red Hood just really doesn't like him. Maybe because one wears a mask and one wears a mask, and they both want to be the guy that uses guns and wears masks. Yeah. That's more or less it. Right, oops, dick. and watch me die after making snarky comments about how this game isn't actually, or this DLC isn't actually that hard. Good. Good, and also good. Yeah. Yeah, I'm so gonna fucking die. Yeah, fuck, great. Okay, fair enough, so I died. Oops. But I didn't die because challenge, if you get me.
Bring me the hood. The rest,
Oh.
do what you want. Just don't make a mess.
I didn't die because of challenge, I died because I suck. And I fully admit that I suck. Particularly in, like, the combat with Red Hood. Yeah, okay, cheers. His attacks just feel longer, and doing that really shouldn't take so many bullets, if you get me. But, you know, whatever. I think my biggest problem with this game, as I've said, is it's just utter disconnect from the events of the story. Because Batman Arkham Knight has an amazing story. I think it's fantastic. I think Scarecrow was the best villain to use so far for any one of these stories. Joker was pretty good, I guess, because, you know, they're pretty, like, hella enemies and shit, so that's pretty good. You know, Joker v Batman. It's just what everyone expects to see. In Arkham City, it was more Hugo Strange, and I think he was kind of the weakest. Not necessarily because of anything wrong with him, more just because, well, no, okay, it's sort of more with him. He's just sort of a smart guy, maybe. He has a few, like, pretty swell points, but nothing hugely special. Show you a pro tip is that you can just sort of stun Black Mask and then beat down on him if his mooks would piss the fuck off. Which, you know, they don't want to do. Which, you know, whatever, do what you want to do, it's your life. Oh, look at that, I just did like a fuckload of damage. Why didn't I do that in the first time I tried this? God. The comments aren't even going to listen to what I say and just going to say, well, you suck, so you don't understand, man. There's no point you fucking talk about this game. You're not very good. Which, I always thought was kind of a moot point. I feel like someone's opinion isn't necessarily invalid just because they're not hugely amazing in the game. But, you know, whatever. I feel like I'm pretty proficient. But I also feel like there's a lot of, like, adjustment between, Red Hood and Batman, in that if Batman needs to counter someone, he can just do it. He doesn't have to finish his overly long attack combo. But look, I finished the DLC!
Black Mask. You should have left when you had a chance.
You don't need to do this. Give your money. Drugs, guns, weapons, whatever you want. Please, I'll take a plane. Leave Gotham. Never show my face again. Anywhere you want. I'll go anywhere.
How about you go to hell? Say hi to Joker for me.
And this was my reaction when after I saw this cutscene. Wait, that was it? I mean, that is literally what I did. Because that was 20 minutes worth of disjoint. That could have easily been fucking challenge maps. Why slap a story pack on it? And honestly, I don't know who to blame for that. Because I think Warner Brothers marketed it as a story pack to incentivize people to download this DLC. But at the same time, nothing stopped Rocksteady from making it story-based. No one put a gun next to their heads and said, look, you have to make sure that this has little relevance to the story, pretty much in any way. I mean, oh wow, Red Hood is, again, mentioned in the story, and it's offhandedly mentioned by one of the characters that, oh shit, Black Mask isn't here anymore. But that's it! That's literally the extent, excuse me, that's literally the extent that this DLC plays in the actual game. So why say it's story-based? Do you know, I don't know. I mean, I beat Arkham Knight and I kind of liked it. I thought the ending was okay. The ending sequence was really good, where we're like exploring Batman's mind for the final hurrah. I thought that was fantastic. But I thought like the actual sort of result of the ending was pretty underwhelming. So, you know, whatever. But I also figured that, you know, it was pretty good for the most part. Albeit the Batmobile isn't really what we were expecting. But if that's what all the DLC is going to be like, don't bother with the season pass. It's £32 fucking pounds. It's almost the same price as the game. Come on, Warner Brothers. First MKX and now this. What is it with you and ruining games from franchises I like? Do something that I don't care about. Anyway, that concludes my minor whinge fest of DLC and why I'm slightly disappointed with it. I mean, I'm not... if I'd have, like, paid money for that, if I'd have paid £5 to download that or something, which is probably what it would be as story-based DLC, I'd be pretty pissed. But the fact that it came free because, yeah, Mum pre-ordered the game for me before my birthday, because I was going to get it on my birthday anyway. My birthday was 2 days after the game came out, so she said, why don't I just buy it for you now? And I said, yeah, alright, fine. I'm not hugely fussed, I'm just disappointed. But I'm definitely not buying the season pass, because that's ridiculous, and frankly, I don't advise that you do either. The Harley Quinn story pack really isn't anything to shout home about either. Their story missions for the PS4 version are not bad, I suppose. They have their perks. Fuck. Whatever. That concludes this slightly long whinge fest about a game. I probably should have scripted something, but I just wanted to talk about it. I've probably forgotten to mention something really important that I really wanted to say, which if I have, I'll put it in the description or something. That's that. Bye!